Alright, here's a perfect example of why I think it's important to question everything. So we have this incredibly clear UFO footage, and the person who posted this to Reddit thinks that it's definitely not a plane. They said it's about the size of a minivan, completely silent, and definitely not a plane. They said that they live near an airport and they see planes all the time, and when a plane flies overhead in their car, they can hear it. All of this was told personally to me on Reddit by the person who posted the video, so I think they probably know what they're talking about, but that's not to say that we should take them just at their word alone, because in the comments, in the replies to the original post, a lot of people were pointing out that 99% chance this is a plane. They gave all of the tracking information. I'll put up a picture now created to show that it probably is a plane. They have the flight pattern going over the road, and everything seems to check out. But the issue with this explanation, guys, is the light pattern that we see in the video. I honestly do not understand how we can get that sort of a light pattern from any angle of this plane. That they say they know the model and the make of the plane. It's called a CRJ 900 Bombardier, and the identification of the plane makes my job a little bit easier because I can see the light pattern. I'll show it to you now, and there's no way that this light pattern could be seen in the video from any angle, in my opinion. At the end of the video, we see that there's 3 lights in a row, and that's at presumably the back of the craft, or maybe the widest portion of the craft. But where can you find those 3 lights in a row? It's not possible. Now, I'm willing to look the other way, or just, accept the explanation that the landing lights, the HID, high intensity discharge landing lights, are strong enough to completely drown out the lights on the wingtips and also on the tail. And these lights would be green, red, and there's also flashing lights. So the absence of all of these lights, we do see a red flashing light in the middle of the craft, and presumably that's the bottom of the airplane if it's an airplane. But we don't see any of the blinking white lights on the wingtips or tail that should be there, and that's okay if it's drowned out by the landing lights. I'm willing to concede that. But we also don't see the green or the red, and more importantly, these lights get continually brighter through the entire video. So in my mind, that's not consistent with the plane explanation, because if they really were forward-facing landing lights don't point straight down. That doesn't make any sense. They're like headlights for a car. It's to help the pilot see what's in front of the aircraft. So they're orientated forwards, facing forwards. They're not pointing straight down, because you don't need to see what's right underneath your plane. You need to see what's in front of your plane. So the fact that the plane passes over the road and the lights not even come anywhere close to dimming. They don't dim at all. The lights don't dim at all after it passes over the road. That seems anomalous to me. So if they really were landing lights and the plane passes in front of you at different angles, you would expect them to dim because you're seeing the back of the plane. You wouldn't be looking directly into landing lights the entire time, even after it passes overhead of you. That doesn't make any sense. So I really hope I'm not being crazy with this one. I mean, shout out to BLD on Reddit and the Discord for trying to keep me sane and saying this is definitely an airplane, but until somebody can show me this model of airplane with that light configuration, I'm just not going to accept it. Now, for craft like the Nimitz, Tic Tac UFO, or even the gimbal, I kind of don't think it's okay to assume that's a plane. I think that a plane doesn't fit. But for this one, I have a bit of a different stance, and I think it's okay if you want to believe it's a plane, but just for me personally, until someone shows me this light pattern or how this light pattern can be created from this plane, I'm going to remain skeptical that it was a plane. And like I said, the person who posted this video said that it was about the size of a minivan, completely silent, gliding overhead, definitely not a plane. So, I mean, I'm unconvinced. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Also leave your thoughts down below in the comments because I really want to hear what all of you guys think about this video. And I'll post a link in the description for the original video in case you want to watch it with sound in its entirety. And make sure you subscribe because I'm going to have a brand new theory coming out pretty soon that's actually the opposite of this video. And I'm going to try to argue that some of the most famous historical sightings were actually possibly secret military projects that I will identify, and then you can question everything and make up your own mind.